Hello, my name is Lady Bolera, and I'm a student of Fundamentals of Environmental Health, and this is my environmental data. Today is May 10th, 2019. Today we will discuss what is cholera and what are the risk factors, as well as what regions are mostly affected. We will discuss symptoms, treatment, and prevention, as well as a closer look into major incidents. So, what is cholera? Some histories of cholera. I'll show you some graphs and tables and major incidents. So what is cholera? According to the World Health Organization, cholera is a kidney disease that can kill within hours if left untreated. Each year there are 1.3 to 4 million cases of cholera and 21 to 150 deaths worldwide due to cholera. According to the CDC, it is caused by an infection of the intestine with toxigenic bacterium Vibrio cholera 0.014 or 0.139. Some history about cholera. It is said that cholera has been around for centuries, but the disease came to light in the 19th century, and the sixth pandemic originated in India and it spread, killing millions around the world. Gaspar Correa, a Portuguese historian and an author, described an outbreak in the spring of 1543, and the people called the disease morosity, and it killed victims within 8 hours of developing symptoms, and the fatality rate was so high that they would struggle to bury the death. And as we know from this class, the John Snow, British physician that mapped cholera cases and was able to identify the source of the disease that contaminated the water, and he convinced the public officials to remove the pump handle from this public well, and this dropped the cholera cases. So in this table, you can see the number of cholera cases by region between the years 2006 and 2016. Africa with the most cases at 1.2 million, and the Americas at 830,000. In this graph, you will see the same information as the previous table, but you can see on the left side that you are able to easily see that Africa has the most cases at 1.2 million. And then the graph on the right, you're able to see that in 2011, the region of the Americas had the most cases. So what happened in 2011? I was curious to find out, so I made this graph that would show me which countries in the Americas had the most incidents of cholera. And it turns out that it was only one country, Haiti, with the most cases. And so what happened in 2011? So as you may recall, Haiti experienced a devastating earthquake that killed and injured many and left up to 1.6 million homeless and displaced. If you recall, humanitarian crisis increased the risk of cholera because of displacement and inadequate overcrowded camps. This is exactly what happened in 2011 to Haiti. This graph shows you the cholera in African countries between 2006 and 2016. As you know, Africa has the most cases, so I wanted to find out which countries in Africa had the most cases. And that was the Democratic Republic of the Congo with the most cases. That was the highest. Similarly to what I did with the Americas, I did with this um, country. I wanted to know what years had the most cases. And in this country, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And it just so happens that in 1994, it was the most cases. So again, I was curious to find out what happened during that year. And I found out that there was a massive inflow of refugees from Rwanda and Burundi that came to this country. And the same theme is very noticeable, displacement and overcrowding. And this is a major risk factor of cholera. So what are the symptoms? Acute diarrhea. It takes between 12 hours and 5 days for a person to show symptoms after ingesting contaminated food or water. Some people infected may not even develop the symptoms, but the bacteria present in their system goes back to the environment, and this causes infections in others. Some symptoms include vomiting and leg cramps. These cause dehydration, septic shock, and death within hours. The treatment includes fluid replacement and antibiotics. There is also vaccines, even though they are only 65%. They only offer 65% of immunity. And the epidemiology of cholera. Cholera can be endemic, where confirmed cholera cases are detected during the last 3 years, with evidence of local transmission. In cholera endemic countries, outbreaks can be seasonal or sporadic. Cholera transmission is linked to inadequate access to clean water and sanitation facilities. That is why the African countries have the highest cases of cholera. Humanitarian crisis increases the risk of cholera transmission, as you saw in the data above and in the graphs above, because of the displacement and inadequate overcrowded camps. People are not able to wash their hands correctly. There's not enough clean water. So this causes all types of diseases, including cholera. So what is the prevention? To prevent and control cholera, we have to have a multi-level plan: surveillance, water sanitation and hygiene, social mobilization, treatment, and oral vaccines have to be used. So this is the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.